Every day, millions of people wake up with the same intention. Today will be different. They promise themselves they'll start that project, learn that skill, exercise, read, build a business, or finally take control of their life. But somehow, by the end of the day, nothing changes. Hours disappear scrolling through social media, watching what other people are doing, comparing lives, following drama, arguing with strangers, consuming endless content. And then comes the uncomfortable feeling that another day has been wasted. The truth is that most people aren't losing their lives because they lack talent. They're losing their lives because they're giving away their attention. And attention is the most valuable resource you possess. Not money, not intelligence, not connections, your attention. Because whatever receives your attention eventually shapes your future. If your attention is focused on growth, you grow. If your attention is focused on distractions, you become distracted. If your attention is focused on other people's lives, you slowly stop building your own. Think about it. Many people know every detail about celebrities, influencers, athletes, and internet personalities. They know who broke up with who bought a new car, who started a new business, who posted what online. Yet they can't answer simple questions about themselves. What skills are they developing? What goals are they pursuing? What kind of person are they becoming? Somehow, they have become experts in everyone else's life while remaining strangers to their own. And science explains why this happens. Your brain is wired to seek novelty. Every notification, every new post, every piece of gossip triggers a small release of dopamine. Dopamine is often called the reward chemical. But neuroscientists have discovered something interesting. Dopamine isn't just about pleasure, it's about anticipation. Your brain gets excited by the possibility that the next swipe, the next video, or the next piece of information might be rewarding. This creates what psychologists call a variable reward system. It's the same mechanism used in slot machines. Most pulls give nothing, but occasionally there's a reward. Because the reward is unpredictable, the brain keeps coming back. Again, and again, and again. Social media platforms understand this perfectly. They're competing for one thing, your attention. Because the longer they hold your attention, the more valuable you become to them. The problem is that while these platforms become richer, your goals become poorer. Every minute spent consuming is a minute not spent creating. Every hour spent comparing is an hour not spent improving. And slowly, almost invisibly, your future gets delayed. Now here's something even more fascinating. Researchers studying the brain have found that attention works much like a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it becomes. The more you scatter it, the weaker it becomes. When you constantly switch between apps, messages, videos, and notifications, your brain pays a cognitive cost. Scientists call this attention residue. Part of your focus remains stuck on the previous task even after you've moved to a new one. Imagine trying to run a race while carrying small weights. One weight isn't a problem, but dozens of them slow you down dramatically. That's exactly what happens when your mind is overloaded with distractions. Your mental energy gets fragmented, and fragmented attention creates fragmented results. This is why many people feel exhausted despite accomplishing very little. They're not tired from working, they're tired from switching. Their brains are constantly changing channels, and every switch drains energy. Now compare that to highly successful people. Whether they're entrepreneurs, athletes, artists, scientists, or creators, they all share one common trait: focused attention. Not perfect intelligence, not perfect luck, focused attention. They spend more time improving themselves than observing others. They understand a simple principle. The person you become is more important than the information you consume. Imagine if you invested just 1 hour a day into yourself. Reading, learning, practicing, exercising, building, creating. 1 hour doesn't sound like much, but over a year, that's more than 365 hours. That's enough time to learn a valuable skill, start a side business, get into great shape, read dozens of books, or completely transform your mindset. The difference between an average year and a life-changing year is often just a few focused hours repeated consistently. Yet many people never experience this transformation because they're waiting for motivation. Here's the problem. Motivation is unreliable. Neuroscience shows that action often comes before motivation, not after. People assume they need to feel motivated to begin. But in reality, beginning creates motivation. The brain loves progress. When you take action, even small action, your brain starts releasing chemicals associated with achievement and momentum. This creates a positive cycle. Action creates progress. Progress creates confidence. Confidence creates more action. The hardest part is simply starting. Not tomorrow, not next month, today. Because every day you delay, you're strengthening the habit of delay itself. And habits are powerful. Research suggests that much of human behavior is automatic. We're often running patterns rather than making conscious decisions. This means every time you choose distraction over growth, you're reinforcing that pathway. But the opposite is also true. Every time you choose learning over scrolling, creation over consumption, discipline over comfort, you strengthen a different pathway, a better one. The brain adapts to whatever you repeatedly do. This ability is called neuroplasticity. Your brain is literally reshaping itself based on your habits. Think about that. The person you become next year is being built by the choices you make today, not the big choices, the small ones, the seemingly insignificant moments, the decision to pick up a book instead of your phone, the decision to exercise instead of making excuses, the decision to focus on your own goals rather than someone else's highlights. These moments appear small, but their impact compounds over time. And that's what most people underestimate. Success rarely arrives as one dramatic event. It arrives quietly, one focused day at a time, one productive habit at a time, one improvement at a time, until one day, people look at your life and call it luck. They never saw the thousands of choices that created it. So if you're serious about changing your life, start with your attention. Protect it, guard it, invest it wisely. Because where your attention goes, your life follows. Stop monitoring everyone else's journey. Stop comparing your chapter 1 to someone else's chapter 20. Stop wasting energy on things you can't control. Focus on yourself. Focus on your growth. Focus on your skills. Focus on your health. Focus on your future. The world will always offer distractions, but your dreams require concentration. Years from now, you'll either have results or excuses. You'll either have growth or regret. The choice begins with what you focus on today. Because the greatest investment you'll ever make isn't in stocks, businesses, or property. It's in becoming a better version of yourself. And that investment starts right now.